Hey, hey, how are you doing? Welcome back to Papa-Norr Story Time. I believe you have enjoyed the first 2 weeks of the Saint in Brown Sandals. Yes, we've just done 2 weeks, and today we're going to begin the week 3 and week 4. Interesting, isn't it? Especially if you've been to high school or secondary school and you know what goes on in secondary school. Well, I would like to say a very big thank you to all those who have subscribed to the channel. Congratulations to you and to me. We have reached 100 subscribers. Yay! If you're new to the channel, one more time, I would like to urge you, nudge you, encourage you to subscribe. Click on that notification button and share the video. Share it with as many as possible, friends and family. Thank you very much for doing that. So let us begin let us begin today's reading. And today we are looking at week 3 and week 4 of A Saint in Brown Sandals. And don't forget, the book is by Elizabeth Irene Beatty. A Saint in Brown Sandals. All right, so let's begin. So in the first 2 weeks that Rabbi was making entries into her diary, we realized that she's in high school, and the high school is run by nuns. And last term, she sat beside her best friend, Guatemala, but this term, she's sitting beside the most beautiful girl in school, the most beautiful girl in her class, Maybelline. And everybody wants to be Maybelline's friend, but Maybelline isn't everybody's friend. I'm sure that situation pertains to every school. It pertains in every school. Whether you're the most beautiful girl or the most handsome boy, everybody wants to be your friend. So let's get into week 3 and week 4 and see what happens. So week 3, Monday, January 18th. There's been a new development. Sister Sophia Carmen announced today that the Minister of Education wanted to be escorted around the classes not by teachers, but by people. That means one of us is going to be selected to be the class representative to escort the minister. All the kids in my class want to be class rep. But don't you have to be clever? I mean, what if you're class rep and the minister asked you something you didn't know, like, what's the capital of Kazakhstan? Your ignorance will be broadcast to the whole nation. Tuesday, Maybelline's friends have started calling her class rep, class rep, class rep, class rep. She keeps giggling and asking them not to be silly, but you can see she likes the idea. Sister Sophia Carmen wants the whole school grounds to look the best for the TV program. She gave a boy in my class lines to write for stepping on the flower beds. He had to write, "The beauty of nature must be preserved and not trampled upon with willful abandon." 200 of those lines. She would normally only ask for 50, but this time 200. Oh my goodness. Wednesday, Sister Sophia Carmen was at assembly today. The lost and found box is overflowing with half pairs of shoes, socks, flasks, and PE t-shirts. So the whole school got a 10-minute lecture on responsibility. I almost began to doze on my feet. Then, Sister moved on to the topic of the class rep for the TV program, and everyone straightened up. She has something interesting to say for the third time in 3 weeks. Definitely a record. The class rep must be someone who relates well to all other children in his or her year, she said. As we, at St. Catherine's, are believers in the democratic system, pupils in classes 4 to 6 will be allowed to vote for their own class representative. We were so excited, we began to talk aloud. But she shushed us and continued, "Shh! I trust that you will use this privilege to choose a neat, well mannered, and articulate child who will symbolize what St. Catherine's stands for. She adjusted her glasses and gave us a very negative look. Clearly, she is not optimistic that such a people can be found in our ranks. Thursday. Mrs. Mensah told us today that to stand for class rep, she would need to be nominated or chosen by 5 people in our class. All those who get nominations can stand for class rep elections by the rest of the class. Most of us have never even used the word nomination, but now it's all you hear everywhere when you go in school. It doesn't take a wizard to guess that you've got to have lots of friends to win the election. One of the boys in my class could win. He's always trading computer games and DVDs in class. But that sometimes earns him a few lines from sister. But certainly, it makes him very popular with the whole of class 6. Friday. I can't believe we're going to have a real life election in school. There are 3 classes in each year, with 30 pupils in each class. That makes 90 kids in total, all going to vote for one representative? Some kids have started to demand favors in exchange for their vote. Oh, vote buying already. Interesting. I'm not sure if this is true, but rumor has it that Asari in class 6B has pledged his pack, has pledged his snack, packed lunch, and pocket money for one whole week to some kids if they will nominate him. What a desperado. Maybelline spoke to me today. I mean, really spoke. Not just murmured in my general direction like she usually does. She said hello to me. And I nearly looked over my shoulder to see if she was talking to someone else. And she didn't even just call me a rabbiner. She called me Rabbi, like my friends do. Oh, Maybelline is desperate, huh? It's such an unusual name, she said with a smile. I've been wanting to ask you what it means. It's a pet name, short for Irabana, I answered, wondering if it wasn't obvious. Irabana is your house name, right? She asked. What's your proper name? I mean, your English name. I told her I didn't have one. Oh, you don't have one? He squeaked in surprise, like I was missing an eye or a leg. I saw Mortimer give her a dirty look. Saturday. Mortimer was here to spend the day, and we went to the market with Mum to help her with the shopping, since we now have no housemaid. On the way, we talked about how much we were looking forward to the next athletics meet, especially because it will be on TV. Mortimer overheard Maybelline asking me yesterday if Irabana was a house name. What a thing to say. Remember, Mortimer always says thing instead of thing, that instead of that, and this instead of this, remember? So here she goes again. What a thing to say, she fumed. Irabana is a name, a proper name, just as proper a name as Maybelline. I don't know why some people think Ghanaian names are house names. You should have told her that your parents don't borrow foreign names. I said nothing. When the prettiest, coolest girl in class 6 is being friendly, you go easy on the sarcasm. We had my favorite Sunday lunch, fufu and palm nut soup. When Mum dropped Mortimer off at the convent, she asked the permission to invite her over again next Saturday. I asked Mama why Ghanaian names were sometimes called house names. She said it was probably because a long time ago, Africans took on Christian and Islamic names when they were converted to those religions. I don't mind being called a rabbiner, but I think it would have been nice if I had another name as well, like Kyra or Nathalie. Peer pressure there, I smell. Week 4, Monday, January 25th. Maybelline asked me if I was going to stand for election as a representative. I said I would like to, and then laughed and said I didn't really expect to get 5 nominations. It was meant to be a joke. But then she said, I see what you mean. You're probably a little too tall. I was puzzled. What's wrong with being tall? I asked. Nothing really, she said with a shrug. People just prefer girls to be cutish. Just then, Mrs. Mensah walked into the class, and Maybelline leapt from her desk to the front of the class to help her with her bags. Thank you, Maybelline, Mrs. Mensah said, pleased. You're welcome, Mrs. Mensah, Maybelline replied, clearly and politely. Tuesday. Maybelline is having a pool party on Saturday and has invited some of the girls in the class, including me. I'm one of the girls. I tried my swimsuit on at home and took a long look at myself in the mirror. Yesterday, Maybelline did have a point. I am definitely not what you would call cute. I would like to stand for I would like to stand for the class rep election. But what if my uncuteness worked against me? After all, it's always pretty girls who are chosen to be flower girls at weddings and hand bouquets to presidents and VIPs, not tall, gangly girls. Daddy compliments me on my height all the time. But then, he would, wouldn't he? I'm his only daughter after all. Wednesday, I told Watima about Maybelline's pool party, and she didn't sound pleased. I thought you had invited me over to your house, she pointed out. I had forgotten. I told her we'd have to make that another time. This pool party is really important. All the cool kids in class will be there. Thursday, Mortimer is acting a bit funny, almost like she's hurt. I can't believe she's being so unreasonable. Pool parties come along once in a long while. Perhaps she's miffed because she wasn't invited. But that is certainly not my fault. Friday. We're going to start activities in our clubs on Monday. I enjoyed the athletics club so much last term, and I got a prize for the 100-meter race. I clocked one of the fastest times in the Saints 2 terms ago. I'm definitely staying there. Saturday. Invited to the pool party with 20 other classmates, including Akos and Pokua, who are being more friendly to me now that they've realized that Maybelline counts me as her buddy. We all talked a lot about choosing activities for the TV program. It was great fun, dancing beside the pool. Maybelline thinks I could get a big part in the cultural dance club this term. She's in cultural dance. And last term, I got a standing ovation for a performance before the Christmas play. If Maybelline thinks that I might get a major role in cultural dance, then she must know what she's talking about. I never thought I was much of a dancer, but I may have underestimated my talents. It looks like the things will need to get themselves a new 100-meter sprinter this term. Oh, peer pressure, peer pressure, peer pressure. To be continued at the next reading. So that was week 3 and 4. And clearly, from this reading, you can see that Rabbi is beginning to crumble under peer pressure. Definitely, there's peer pressure in junior high school, even university. But I will advise you, encourage you, be strong, stay strong, don't crumple under peer pressure. Stay the road. If you're new to this channel, one more time, I'd like to encourage you to subscribe, click on the notification button, like it, and share it with your friends and family. Thank you very much. See you again on the next reading.